Are you thinking of investing in Abuja real estate and you are worried about making costly mistake and you don't know where to start from? In this video, I'll be revealing to you the 9 crucial things to consider before investing in Abuja real estate. I know of a story of a man. Now, this man, he lost a huge sum of money because he invested wrongly in real estate. So according to him, he invested in a property was marketed to him and he went on to invest. He invested about 90% of the cost of the property. Now, on the day that he went to inspect the property, he discovered that the property is no more. And the property is there, is in that right location that was described. Yeah, but the property belongs to another person. And he was looking for the person that sold, the seller of the property. He could not find the person up to today. So that was how this man lost. He was super shocked. That was how he lost huge sum of money because he was unable to do his due diligence. Yeah, but in this video, I'm going to guide you exactly the 9 crucial things that you must consider before you pay a dime for a real estate property. Now, the first thing that you must consider before investing in Abuja real estate is location and neighborhood. The right location will impact the value of your property, and also the wrong location will also impact the value of your property. Yeah, but it now depends on if the impact will increase the value of the property or it will decrease or make the value of the property neutral. Yeah, that means not increase the value of the property. Now, a location where we have infrastructure and amenities, infrastructure like roads, we have amenities like school, hospitals, we have population, we have commercial activities going on. Location like that, having property in this area, we impact the value of the property. That means the value of the property will increase within few years. The value of the property will increase. On the other hand, when you have a property in a place where there's no roads, there's no social amenities like school, hospitals, and other commercial centers, then the value of that property may not appreciate as expected. So now talking about Abuja, places like Abuja Central District. Now places like Wuse, Maitama, Asokoro, and Gariki, these are places that are bustling with business activities. Investing in any property in this area that is legit, investing in property that is legit in this area, we help you to make an increased return. The value of the property will increase and you benefit tremendously from that investment. So you must consider the location and the neighborhood first before moving on to invest. So the second thing that you must consider before investing in Abuja real estate is property type and purpose. So you must sit back and ask yourself, I'm investing in Abuja real estate properties. What type of property should I invest in? Are you invested in residential properties or commercial properties? Now, for a residential property, you are saying it means this property is going to be used for rent, and it is people that will live there. That maybe houses, houses or short-let apartment, or you want to invest in commercial properties. So that means the properties will be used for commercial activities like business activities. Now, everyone has its pro and its cons, but looking at Abuja and places where you can invest in commercial property are Abuja Central District like Asoko, Maitama, Wuse, Gariki. These are places where a lot of business activities are going on there, and investing in commercial property would give you an increased return on your capital. On the other hand, for residential properties, you could consider places like Katampe, Lukogoma. These are places that they are very good to live in. They have infrastructure and they have access roads. So the type of property and the purpose of the property is important. Sit down and have a plan of what type of property to invest in. So the next crucial thing to consider before investing in Abuja real estate is market trend and timing. Now you have to look at or research the market trend. What is the market trend? In this case, you have to look at the price of properties in the location that you are interested in investing in Abuja. Are the prices of properties are they going up or they are going down? It is very important. What is the price of rent in that location that you are interested in investing in? Has the price changed over time? Maybe year on year. Maybe in the last 2 years, has the price of rent changed over time? What is the price of lease? Has the price of lease changed over time? So you have to sit and you have to research and answer this question. Also, you have to look at other indicators, other market trend indicators like inflation. What is the inflation in Abuja? Okay. Also, you have to also look at exchange rate. What is the exchange rate? Has it fluctuated? Has the naira appreciated or depreciated? All these are very important. Now, regarding timing, now you need to look out for locations where the government have proposed an infrastructure project For instance, let's say the government plan to build a rail network, okay, in the location that you'll be buying property in. That could tremendously impact the value of that property, that in 1 or 2 years you may end up having times two or 100% return on the capital that you invested in that property. This is very, very crucial. So the next thing that you need to consider before investing in Abuja real estate business is legal due diligence. You need to invest, or you need to devote great time and do your proper due diligence. And this due diligence should be legal. So in this case, you have to ask questions about everything. Okay. In this case, you need to verify the document of that property. The document, is it certificate of occupancy, which is C of O, or deed of assignment, which is it deed of assignment? You have to verify the authenticity and the originality of that document. And in doing this, you may need the service of a trusted lawyer, a professional lawyer that is involved in the real estate in the real estate industry. So you need to engage the service of the lawyer to verify. We have land registry, we have establishment agencies of the government that will help you to verify if a property has been allocated to the seller that has the property, and if the property does not have conflict, if it has an approval from the government, and if the document of that property, they are original, and if the documents are complete and intact. So it is very important. And in most cases, people fall for this kind of scam. People say, most developers sell properties that don't have the proper document, and investor buy them, and at the end of the day, they lose their entire capital. So it is very important to look at that, as it will save you a costly mistake, to save you huge sum of money. So that is important. If you are liking this content, kindly hit the subscription button, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment what have you learned so far. So the next crucial thing that you must consider before investing in Abuja real estate is infrastructure and amenities. The infrastructure and amenities in a place play a crucial role in the value of that property. Whether the value of the property in that location, whether it will increase, it depends. What will determine it is the infrastructure and the amenities. Now, when I talk about infrastructure, I'm talking about roads. I'm talking about infrastructures like development projects. Okay, but if there's road, there's transport network, there is a hospital, good hospital, there's a tertiary institution, or there are schools in an area, it tend to impact the value of that property, of the property in that area. And on the other hand, what of planned project? Does the government have plans to build a project or to embark in building a project in that location? Now, this piece of information is very crucial because it will determine the value that has not been captured. I mean, if a property is selling for 100 million and there's a planned project, maybe the government plans to build an institution, the institution of the government there, and maybe in the next 1 year it is built, the property can go for 200 million. And you can see that within a record of few years, the value of that property has tremendously increased. So it's always very important to look at the infrastructure and amenities in a given location, or the planned infrastructure that government or other institution, other private institution plans to have in that location. So this is crucial. The next crucial factors to consider before investing in Abuja real estate is budget and financing. So you must make a decision about the budget. What is the budget that you want to allocate, you want to earmark, or you want to use for the investment? Is it 200 million? Is it 500 million? Is it 1 billion? Is it 2 billion? Is it 5 billion? So you have to decide on the amount of money that you want to use for the investment. And also, you also need to look at the financing option available. What are the financing options available? Within Abuja real estate market, we have financing options like loan, we have joint venture, and we have, there are some developers that will give you instrumental payment as a financing option, and that could be, there are benefits to making payment for the property that you acquire by installment or on instrumental basis. So now you have to explore different financing options. In terms of loan, if your financing option is to acquire loan, you must make sure that you check the interest rate for the loan, the terms and conditions for the loan before taking the loan. On the other hand, if your plan is to do a JV, a joint venture, you must also look for a partner that is willing to invest in that same piece of property. This is also very crucial because without financing, there's little you can do in acquiring a property in Abuja. So the next crucial thing that you must consider before investing in Abuja real estate is developer or seller reputation. Reputation is everything in real estate. Now, you need to check and verify the reputation of the developer or the seller, the company that is marketing this property. What is their reputation? And you need to verify what have they done. You need to ask questions such as what has this company done in the past? Who has purchased property from this company in the past? Are they reliable? Do they build? Do they have good structure? A company like Modern Rocks Estate and Garden is one of those companies that have have good track record. Have good track record. There are many other real estate companies in Abuja. So you need to ask questions, and also you need to verify. You need to verify. Go to their office and verify. You need to look at testimonials. You need to look at reviews of this company, either online or offline. If you know anybody that purchased, you need to ask the person certain questions so that you are sure of the company, you are sure of the reputation of the seller or developer of that property. So the next crucial thing that you must consider is there room for appreciation of the property? What is the potential of appreciation? Or what is the potential for the property appreciation? Will the property appreciate in value or will it depreciate in value? Now, this is very important. Now, you are investing in a new location, and if the location is not developed, like it's not developed, does not have roads, it does not, and there's no planned road for the next 5 years, then you may end up tying your capital. So the property may not have the potential for appreciation. But if you are investing in a location that is urbanizing, that means one, there's population growth in that area. So that means there's a demand, there's increase in demand for properties. And two, there are activities going on in that, there are infrastructure, there are schools, there are hospitals, and there are government institutions in that location. Then and also there are planned projects, maybe the government plan to build a road network that connects to the broader road network of Abuja. Then you should know that there is potential for appreciation of that property. When this is done or when this is ongoing, the value of that property could increase by 100%. So always ask your question, is there potential for property appreciation in this location that I am investing in? If the answer is yes and every other thing is in order, go on and invest in that property. So the next crucial thing that you must consider before investing in Abuja real estate is exit strategy. What is my exit strategy? Ask your question. Ask this question very, very well. It is very important, yeah, because it is one thing to invest in a property, it's another thing to exit the investment. By exiting the investment, I mean you are cashing out. I mean you are recouping your capital and your profit. How do you recoup your capital and profit after investing in the property? Okay, so there are three main ways, or there are three main ways to recoup, to exit an investment, real estate investment. One is rent, the second one is lease, the other one, the third one is sales, outright sales. For rent, so you need to ask this question: what is the price of property in that area? What is the demand for rent in that area? And what is the ease of rent? So the ease of rent will determine if you want to put a property for rent, how fast will it be taken? So it is important you ask this question and find answer to it. And two, lease, what is the demand for lease, property lease in that area? And when you put it in for lease, how fast will it be taken? So also you need to also ask that questions and find answer to them. The next is sales. When you want to sell the property, how much will you possibly sell it? And what will be your margin? What will be your profit? And how fast will the property be sold? All these are important questions that you need to sit down, ask this question, and do your research. Do your research about them, gather data, and proceed to making decision about exiting the investment that you have made in that piece of real estate property. Here you have it, the 9 crucial things that you need to consider before investing in Abuja real estate. Now, if you find this content very helpful and valuable, kindly subscribe, like, and comment. Share this content with anybody that you believe will need the information in this video. Also, I have created a PDF document, and this document is the checklist for smart investors in Abuja. If you want to invest in a business in Abuja real estate market and you want to be smart, you don't want to make costly mistake, then you need a copy of this PDF document. It's just a checklist. It shows what you need to check, what you need to do, what you need to do step by step. And we have about 9 crucial steps that you need to take before investing in Abuja real estate market. Check the description section. You'll see a link to download the Abuja Real Estate Investing Checklist. Check it, check the description section and download it.